guys, Eric and Chris here. We just wanted to have a chat about Last Resort, a TV show going into the fall I was very excited about, and I'm happy to say I felt completely delivered.
Yeah, I thought, for a pilot episode, it's been one of the better pilot episodes I've seen, especially of a network series, and definitely the best one I've seen for this fall.
Yeah, I think that's kind of without a doubt, this is the best new fall series. There's some cool stuff coming mid-season, but amongst a lot of mediocre stuff, this one really stands out. It's from Sean Ryan, the creator of The Shield, who's also produced great stuff like Terriers, The Unit, Chicago Code. Him and Carle, I'm going to massacre your last name, I'm sorry, Carle Gaduzik. They created this series, and Ryan's involvement immediately had me intrigued, and I think, you know, this is such a cool story, this idea of this submarine captain refusing orders to fire, very suspicious orders to fire his nukes, and how it basically makes the sub enemies of the state and what happens next.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that is, it's an encapsulated episode because it does take place on a sub, but also because it is really about this one event that happens.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the episode, we get into something else, which is going to define what the rest of the series is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's any secret at this point that the show involves the sub traveling to this island, and they're an inhabited island. There are people there, and kind of what happens next, along with this sort of conspiracy back in DC that caused this in the first place. And I know, you know, this is the one thing with the pilot is it's jam-packed, maybe too jam-packed.
Yeah, I felt like some of the sort of supporting characters were choked out a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, the leads did an amazing job. Andre Brower's awesome. Scott Speedman coming back to, you know, is awesome. But I thought a lot of some of the supporting cast were either underrepresented or just like a little weak, you know, when compared to the main leads.
I mean, I thought that everyone acting-wise was great, but certainly there are a couple characters that really just have one or two scenes to kind of establish them. I do think that this would have been a pilot that would have been very benefited from being double length, being like an old classic 2-hour event where they don't really do much anymore. But that being said, I thought that they did a great job of being very efficient and establishing so much so quickly. As much as I wish there was more time, I still was like, you get the dynamic, especially with the lead characters and kind of, you know, the third in command, and how being a woman and the daughter of an admiral, the kind of scorn she gets from some people on the ship, and all those little relationships were set up well.
Right, and it's a good old-fashioned sort of cliffhanger at the end of the episode. It's like, okay, this is the pilot, and you are intrigued to watch the next thing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the big question you're left with is, how is this a ongoing series, a network ongoing series with 22 episodes a year for what I'm sure the network hopes is a nice 5 to 7 year run? You know?
Right, and it has that kind of Lost feel in that way, like the intrigue could continue along like that.
Yeah.
But let's just hope it doesn't like get bloated and go through downtime and stuff like that.
Yeah, and right now I'm pretty optimistic. Like, I know that that's a concern. It's like, oh, how do you keep this going for a few years? But because I feel the people making it are very talented, and I hope have a pretty good plan in motion, I'm more just curious than, you know, freaked out at the moment to see what happens next.
Yeah, and you know, it is a must-see, I would say. If you're looking for one series to latch onto this fall, it's the one for me.
Yeah, this is definitely the one that we're saying, you know, if you're looking for that new sort of event series, the one you want to be talking about every week with your friends, check out Last Resort. I gave it a 9.5 for the pilot. Let us know what you think in the comments, guys. Thanks a lot.